Where are the turtles?
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Show and Tell. Tonight we have 3 guests. Christian is off tonight. He's got a lot of work to do, so we're gonna have to miss him tonight. But we do have the Giraffe Lord is back, aka Aiden. We got Jables is back, and tonight a new reviewer is Logan. What's up, man?
Hey.
This is Logan. I call him Logan. What's up, Logan?
What's up?
Tonight we're talking about those Mutant Ninja Turtles. Utrom Empire. This is the number 1 of this narrative. So who wants to start? We don't have Christian here to explain it to us, so we're all just gonna stumble into it. So here we go.
Mr. Christian.
All right, Logan, start.
I can't wait for you to get back, bro.
Where are the turtles?
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
They show up
Yeah.
once
I read
and
last
never
page.
again.
The
The last
page.
couple of pages, and then they're there for like I think 2 pages they're on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
two-
And the
Teenage
last part
Mutant
of them is just their
Ninja
hand.
Robot, dude.
The robot makes no sense.
That's
I think the robot's pretty cool. I like him.
The robot was honestly the only intriguing part of the story, because I really wanted to find out what was going, who was the scientist, what's going, everything else was just the longest drawn out story about the Krang, which everybody knows about already. We know about the fucking Technodrome. We know about his plan to take over. Everybody fucking knows.
right, since we were 10.
Get to a point. Right. Let's get to the fucking what's really going on.
That's why the robot made no sense to me, is because they introduce it's hey, robot scientist who's dead but also not dead.
I couldn't.
Yeah, you don't
Who's
pay attention
depressed?
to him. It's not
He's
important.
depressed.
Oh, he was a depressed
Kill
robot.
himself.
What is this? A
Yeah,
guy-
he jumped off of a cliff at the very beginning. That was the most character
Hitchhiker
building that he got.
died.
He needs therapy. That's the most we
Yeah.
got out of it.
Yeah, they were trying to pull the Hitchhiker's Guide of the Galaxy, with that white. I just hate everybody. Life really sucks.
I do know what you're talking about.
That's probably the best character in there. Him and floppy head president. He throws his head like, it's all fucking crazy. Yeah, but this thing for me, it kept jumping from one place to another, and I just couldn't keep up, man. It just seemed so incoherent. It would just here and there, and there was no leading to it, or it would jump there and you not know where you are until 5 panels in. You're like, oh, okay, I think I know where I'm at now. And then boom, as soon as you get a fucking grasp of where you are in their universe, they snap you somewhere else. You got to figure out where the fuck you're at again. I'm saying it was just
Yes.
maddening, the whole thing.
I agree with the where the fuck are the turtles though, because that was upsetting. I read the whole goddamn thing. It said turtles, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I also want to know what was going on with the Triceratops.
Yes.
That was extremely random. It was unnecessary. Cool, something else. But it's just they went to Jurassic Park.
Droppings? Dino droppings?
That's exactly the part I was thinking about whenever they started showing that. Gave it steroids.
Oh,
And
is
then next time you see him there, it's this buff trike with some sort of army outfit on with keg mugs.
It's
they're
a new
right.
year.
I wish they just added them instead. That would have been a lot more interesting.
Well, they can't, because apparently there's some kind of licensing issue, because they were only allowed to do 2 pages of fucking actual turtles, and only 2 of them. Michelangelo and Donatello were the only 2 fucking turtles in the whole turtle book, and they did nothing. You know what?
Yeah,
they did
it's
American pictures and went and found an ancient fucking book. They understood what they were doing, got a grasp of where you were, and then boom, you're fucking Krang picnicking. They were having a fucking picnic.
There's a part. It's like whenever the Krang and like the one trike dude are talking, and he's like they're talking about like killing the miners, and I misread it as a different miners, and then I kept reading, and it said kill their children. I was like, wait, hold up. So like I read it wrong, but also not when you think about it.
I love that one fight scene.
The one fight scene?
One fight scene.
That one fight scene. That one fight scene.
It
You know the one I'm
was
talking
not
about, right?
enough. It was
No,
so.
It wasn't like it was so
No,
underwhelming.
it was
I just
very
read it and I don't even remember
choppy.
how it ended.
Yeah, it didn't look
Yeah.
like a fight. It was a lot of explosive movements, but you couldn't understand
Yeah.
what.
It was
What
like you were blinking too
Yeah.
fast and missing so much.
Like, okay,
It's like a fight
I'm
broke
gonna
out
go
of
over it right now.
fireworks display. Like, what do I look at?
the window.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like, I understood none of the visual storytelling.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Zero. None of it lined up except for when the two turtles did a cameo in this Krang book, and
Yeah, cameo.
and I could tell they were in a barn digging through boxes, and I could tell that they fucking found the book they were looking for, and that it was the plans for the Technodrome, blah blah blah. They literally wrote that scene so that they could throw the turtles into the book and still have the title, because zero things about this book was about the turtles. Like the Krang wasn't even talking shit about the turtles. They weren't even worried about them. They wasn't even on their mind.
They're not going to talk about them. It's leading up to them. Like they just had this in there just to have a turtle name on there.
Like
I
for the
thought-
design of the turtles, I don't like how they made them look. They look so weird and goofy. Like especially like the face of Donatello being like surprised at what he's finding. It's like, ugh. Like what is this? Like that's how he looks like he sounds.
That's why I said it was licensing issues. Had to have been.
Wacky.
Had to have been something, or they would have done this a little better. They would have put more of them in there. They would have had actual fight scenes with them, and they would have looked like Ninja Turtles that everybody knows. Like even over the years, the Turtles have changed, right?
Yeah.
Like the Turtles that y'all remember from 10 ain't the Turtles that me and Bob remember from 10, right? But from then to now, you can look at any one of them and it's recognizable. This shit looks like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
When I saw the cover, I was like, what the hell is Lex Luthor doing with the turtles? Like, what's going on, dude?
Like,
So who hated it?
I didn't necessarily like hate it, but I was very close to it.
Yeah.
I was highly
Very
disappointed.
strong dislike.
Yes.
And that's being nice.
I mean, I was
worst
kind of
thing
getting
ever.
into it at the end. You know, whenever the robot punched the dude and the book ended. Yeah, that's whenever I started getting into it.
Right.
I don't. Why did he punch him in the? Why do that? Like you.
This didn't make any fucking sense.
Oh, you're
and-
gonna make it easier for everyone? Bing.
Robot having some dilemma, like I don't know. Should I run away? Should I go back and help him kill the Krang? Like, isn't that what your goal is? Why are you upset with him doing what you're trying to do?
Or the fact
I
they
don't- I
waited
don't-
so long to do it that most of the juice is out of them anyway, so
Right. He's so stuck on what to do. Like, I just don't know. But it's like maybe it's just he's too woke. Like he wants to.
some
He
high
wants,
robot shit.
She's a
Stop.
woman.
wants to stop them, but I don't want to hurt them or their feelings.
Right.
You guys really, I think you should go. Like, this robot thing is gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not a fighter, and I won't hurt you. But if you don't go, I'll tell you what. Like what?
Krang right.
You
Krang
gonna throw
right.
Gonna catch it in his
Yeah.
hands.
That's another thing. He threw himself off the mountain in the beginning, and then like halfway through the book, he's like dreaming. Was it a dream that he threw himself, or was he
I
re-dreaming
think that was like the
I think he
aftermath of
was.
everything.
I thought he
A
tripped.
lot.
No, okay. That's funny, but I didn't see that at all. It was like, to me, it was very clear that he jumped off. Just the idea that he just off the edge.
It's like
That shows you how bad the story was and how uncompelling, right? It shows how bad the visual storytelling, right? It didn't convey that message to me at all. I'm not a fucking idiot. I can read and look at things, like, and I didn't get that. I was
Look at
confused.
the deeper meaning, though.
I will say the art wasn't terrible. Like, if we're just being objective about looking at pictures, like, I do like when he did that sequence where he fell and then there's several panels and they're all green and they're like this sad, solemn mood, right? And he's telling a backstory. And then on the very last panel on the bottom right, it goes yellow, right? And that's like,
oh, he's in the thing now.
he's like, now the story starts. This is where we are now. This is what's happened. This is what I've been going through. And now let's get to the story. But that was the only thing that made any sense there. And then you continue on, and I don't even think he continues in the next panels. I don't remember.
I just know that when he's disconnecting himself from all those wires out of his head, he's reconsidering or recapping him jumping off of that. It's like he's contemplating suicide through the entire book. The only page I really liked was the very last page. It was a cover for the next issue.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. Yeah.
I like that one.
Your favorite page wasn't even from the.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny how often that happens.
I just think something other than
Yeah.
Triceratops would have, like a Triceratops or a dinosaur would have been better. I don't know what, but something other than a dinosaur.
They should.
I don't understand.
Ninja dinosaur.
But
I don't understand how it went from this giant fucking animal, this massive thing like a fucking Triceratops, and he got this shot and it made him tiny.
I'm confused because
well, the
I
Krang are also pretty big.
Size, wouldn't it be better if he was still that big and just kind of grew arms? Like, more menacing.
until y'all
Yeah.
said something, I thought when he went through the other, so I guess it was the past or another dimension, I thought he extracted DNA or blood and
did
then
he
came
not?
back through and made the creature like they did Bebop and Rocksteady. That was my impression. You know,
Maybe.
but yeah, you never know. They're not clear enough because they could easily have done that, injected this guy, and then went back to the future, and then now you got a race of fucking dinosaurs or this, what?
Yeah, they took it out. It shows a panel of them extracting some blood or something.
So I think that's an injection, actually.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So
It's
it feels
weird.
to me.
Because there's no
I can't
motion in the comic at all. None of the panels have any feel of movement, so you don't know. It's just a needle stuck in his thing, and they don't have whether he's pulling or pushing down. It's just a needle stuck in this dinosaur. You have no. it's
Yeah.
like- I'm not even sure they know, but they probably don't even know themselves. The writers of the book.
They leave you to get. It's like the Bible. It's up to interpretation.
So I want to go back to the size of the trike dudes. I picture the Krang to be pretty big in the suits, especially this guy. He's still pretty big compared to the Krang in this.
It's weird the way what we remember as, comic style superheroes, big, buff, fucking menacing characters. Everything has slowly gotten really slender. Like, everybody is thinned out, elongated legs. Everything just looks odd. Like you said, even the Krang that I remember, even the robot was buff. You know what I mean? He was this big, monstrous fucking robot. And then in the movies, the Krang, the brain itself, like the actual little, are fucking huge.
So in my head, that's what I'm just kind of thinking is the size. That's what's going on in my head for it.
Size
Because
matters?
but for all I know, it could be a human-sized brain. We don't know because there hasn't been any real comparison.
Matter of perspective, we have no real world perspective next to in them in any of the pages.
Like for all we know, that desk could be as tall as a person.
The brain in the chamber is next to the doctor at the end, or I think he was the doctor or something. The dude at the end.
They are pretty big, aren't they?
Yeah. Like the size of his body.
Yeah. So maybe it is just a matter of perspective, and that robot is fucking massive.
See?
But they did a bad job.
They did. No, I'm not trying to justify it at all. There's no justifying it.
Because the art was good art. Like it looks nice. It's it would do good in a comic book. I just feel like it didn't tell a story though.
Yeah.
It didn't really articulate what the images needed to.
The images just look a little bit still, like motionless.
Even on the cover, man, if you go back and look at the cover, Donatello is sitting here. It looks like he's just been forced onto the page. Like he's just oh, here's Donatello. We forgot about him. Let's throw him out there too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like a sticker. Yeah, hold up.
We gotta put one on there.
Yeah, he's not like.
You guys are just literally taking the words out of my mouth, to be honest.
It didn't make me dislike turtles, but that's because I know and love what turtles really are, right? So I like turtles. So
I trained.
But yeah, no, if somebody was to read this and it says number 1, you know what I mean? They're gonna think, if they've never heard of the turtles, is gonna fucking hate this. He's not gonna get because there's so much talking. Like, I don't even like watching TV with that much dialogue.
Yeah, just throw hands and I'll watch that.
I'm a concise guy. If you should be able to get your point across with as few words as possible. That's what makes good dialogue, a good debate. You know what I'm saying? You don't sit there and ramble on for 20 minutes. You make your point in as few words as possible, and that those points come across. I can already tell you, missing Christian, because we never even introduced like the writers or artists of this comic. Like we just started bashing the hell out of it. So I'm gonna do these guys that have no idea what the turtles are. So here we go: Paul Allure, Andy Kahn, and Bill Crabtree.
You suck.
Sean, you guys need to go back and read some turtles before you. Well, I guess it's too late because I'm looking at 3 issues right here already.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't know what the fucking turtles are, man. And this came out in, let me see. Good lord. 2014. No excuse for this shit, guys. Come on,
What
man.
the fuck?
This is from 90s. This is some 90s shit. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Try to pitch this shit to the turtles.
Yeah, right.
And Krang wasn't even like why Krang? Like, he wasn't even the big, like, he was alright. He had other, villains to choose from. Krang was probably the 90s favorite.
He seemed cowardly to me.
Was Krang that fucking the guy in the human suit thing with the brain inside it?
Yeah.
It kept confusing
All
me
the brain
because
dudes.
at first I would think that's Krang, but then it would show all the other ones and they would just,
So
I don't know, it was just confusing to pinpoint who that was at first.
Right.
the Krang is also a species.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So it's Krang is this guy, right, who's like the main fucking villain guy, and then they're the Krang. And the other thing too is that in this narrative, the Utrom is the new subspecies of the Krang that they are genetically developing. So they're like super soldier Krang, and so that's what they got in the tanks.
So, that's all we got for this show, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for coming in. They're going to be on the next show as well. We're going to be doing Talara. It's a fantasy. Oof. We're not fans of fantasy here, but I enjoy a good story. So it's from Wildstorm too. So hopefully it'll be good. Anyway, it's Justine, Jables, Logun, and Giraffe Lord for joining us, and we hope to see Christian next time, man. We'll see you guys later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that's the end of that.